What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey. And today we're going to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers versus the New York Knicks. All right, so, of course, we had a good play on this game last time in this series. All right, you are seeing it on the side right there, you guys. This game will be played today, Monday night at 7:30 p.m. The line opened up at 209. Over and under, New York minus 5.5. It has since moved to over under 206.5, and New York minus 6. Okay, so when we talk about the last time that these two teams have met, guys, okay, you're talking about Philadelphia 76ers team that will be hoping to level up their series after coming up short in the Knicks and a hunt to the Knicks in a 111-104 game in game one on Saturday, guys. All right, now, meanwhile, the Knicks needed to start the series strong, and it did just that way with a solid win over the 76ers on Saturday. All right, Josh Hart did have 22 points and 13 boards in that game, all right, which is, I fully anticipate Josh Hart to be a double-double machine in this series. But let's get a little bit deeper into this, okay? So when you're talking about Philly versus the Knicks, okay, when they played first game, Knicks covered it. Knicks was giving up to 4.5, and the game went over to 208.5. The Philadelphia 76ers did go over their team total points over, and the Knicks also did as well, and the Knicks covered the points. I had all three of those, as I believe you see. And then when you're talking about how and I gave y'all those as well. Like, it's not like I'm not sharing the information, you guys. Okay, but the reason it went out like this is because in the second quarter, Philly came on and scored 12 points, man. Like, is that going to happen again? Maybe. You know, Embiid is kind of injured right now, and like even that it's kind of proven in the fourth quarter when he only scored 22. When they only scored 22 points, Joel Embiid did come out and give you like 29 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 0 blocks, 2 turnovers. So he had a decent game. He was 2 for 8 from 3 though, so that's like horrible for him. So, and he was 8 for 22 from field goal. All his points really came from the free throw line. All right, and I can anticipate the same type of deal is going to happen, especially with him being hampered by that other knee, because remember his knee injury was one knee, and now it's a completely different knee that he hurt or dinged up the other night in the game. When you're talking about these two teams, man, injury report wise, you're talking about Joel Embiid's going to be questionable. He's dealing with left knee injury and is uncertain if he'll face the Knicks in game 2. DeAnthony Melton's still out. Covington's still out. Julius Randle is still out. When you're talking about how things look as far as matchup wise for these two teams, you are talking about two teams that have really come into this series and come into the playoffs kind of humming a little bit, man. The Knicks in their last 3 games, just to let you know, or yeah, their last 3 games, they won them all. And then if you go all the way back, Knicks are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game win streak, guys. All right, like that's pivotal when you're going into the playoffs. And then when you're also looking at how Philly is looking, well, Philly has been looking pretty good too. They're 9-1 straight up in the last 10. They were on a 9-game win streak prior to this loss to the Knicks. So what's going on? Why did it happen? It happened because Joel Embiid got hurt. It happened because the Knicks came out more fired up, ready to play defense. And it happened because of that 12-point quarter, man. Like, you can't come out in the playoffs and score 12 points in a quarter and expect to win the game. They were lucky to come back like that. And that's why I believe that some of these things I'm going to tell you guys about in a second is why my lean is going to be the way it is. So when you're looking at against the 3, okay, Philly's defense against the 3 is ranked 9th in the NBA, whereas New York in 3-point percentage is ranked 12th. That's really where the rubber meets the road for this game. It's going to be 3-point shots for the Knicks. Philly doesn't really give up a lot of threes. They're number 6 and number 8 as far as made threes and attempted threes in the NBA. And the Knicks, they're number 10 and number 13 as far as made threes and attempted. So that's where it's all going to come down to, that and the free throw. All right, which we all know New York does not put people at the free throw line. It's really just Joel Embiid drawing fouls, doing what he does. I mean, I'm not knocking him for that, but at the end of the day, that's what gets him where he gets. In this last game, all right, 76ers shot 44.4% from field goal. So they shot better than the Knicks did, because the Knicks only shot 39.6. As far as from three, the Knicks did shoot 45.7% versus Philly shooting 34.3% from three. All right, like that's going to change. They're not going to shoot like that every game. Philly is going to make some threes. All right, and when you're talking about these two teams and how they actually have been lining up out here situationally, okay, yeah, the 76ers are 0-1 because they just lost, all right, and they are 0-1 against the spread, okay, good, because they didn't cover, all right, but the game did go over, and I really think that this game and series is going to be tight the whole way through. All right, they are going to fight each other tooth and nail to the end. All right, over the last 3 games, the Philadelphia 76ers averaged 105.3 points per game, and they've given up 100.3, whereas the Knicks are averaging 114 points per game and giving up 110. Now, like I told you before, and a second ago, right, when they faced off the other night, it was 104 to 111. All right, that tells you that how tight this is going to be, just like I've been screaming. All right, now, after an atypical loss with Joel Embiid in the lineup, the 76ers likely spent Sunday in a familiar position of worrying about the reigning NBA MVP short and long-term availability, guys. The Knicks look to take a commanding lead in this Eastern Conference first round Monday night series against the 76ers. Hopefully go 2-0. All right. Whereas when you talk about the 76ers versus the Knicks and how they both feel, all right, Tom Thibodeau came out and said, he said, we started the game slowly. All right. And I thought it changed when the energy of the bench came in, and we need everyone. So tonight it was on the bench. That's what he said about Saturday's game, guys. All right. And I honestly agree with them. The bench came in and did what they needed to do, whereas Philly's bench did not come in and do what needed to happen. Batum looked okay. The defense looked great, and they all looked good when Embiid went out. But when Embiid was in the game, all right, in that second quarter, that shouldn't have happened. You can't be the Philadelphia 76ers and score 12 points in one quarter with Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Nicholas Batum, Kyle Lowry. Like, you got players on this team that can put points up, man. And for the Knicks to come out with OG Anunoby and shut y'all down like that, that just says a lot on how this series is going to look, man. Remember, in the last 10, the Knicks do have this 6-4. And as far as this season, the Knicks got them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have won. The Knicks have beaten them 4 out of the 5 times they played this season, and Philly only covered 1 time this season. This game has gone under 3 or 4 times. 4 times this game has gone under 208.5. Yeah, 3 times this game has gone under that, man. Like, you got to understand, both these teams coming out playing defense. This is a rivalry game. These are teams that do not like each other, man, at all. Which is why, when I'm looking at this game, okay, I have to really kind of look at it with a wide-eyed view. I got to understand that it's not just what just happened on the court, but it's how these two teams play each other. So the 76ers have won 9 of their last 10 games. 76ers have covered the spread in each of their last 6 games following the loss, and each of the 76ers' last 7 night games against Eastern Conference opponents have gone over the total spread. Now, or total line. Now, when you talk about the Knicks have won each of their last 6. The Knicks have covered the spread in each of their last 4 games against Eastern Conference opponents in the first round. And 13 of the Knicks' last 14 night games have gone over the total points line. All right, so that's why I kind of like this one to go a little bit over again like he did last game. I like both teams over their total points. I think they can score. And as far as that -5.5, well, They're playing in New York, man. So I honestly believe that on a lean, they could cover that 5.5. I'm more inclined to mess with these teams on their team total points over. All right. And just to give you what those team total points overs are, the Knicks team total point over is over 104.5. You can get that minus 135. And 76ers over 99.5. You can get that minus 135. I believe both of those go over, you guys. I'm probably going to put those in, to be honest with you, on a same game parlay or something like that, just to make it sweet and play them on one picks. By the way, I do not suggest parlays. I suggest one picks. Make your money better there, you guys. But y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. I hope this game helps you. All the information helps you. I hope you make the money you need to make. Please like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, man. Let me know what's happening. Holler at me in the comments. Peace.